Hey, how's it going? Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to do another video today while I'm just taking a drive here. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about managing your time effectively in your business. Okay, so you know, the one thing that I definitely struggled with at the beginning when I was building my online business is managing my time. You know, and I guess most people, when they first start building their business, they're working in a full-time job, right? You know, you've got your full-time job, you've got, you know, your family, you know, especially if you're married and you've got children. You know, how do you balance that? How do you build your business? How do you balance your full-time job, you know, up until the point where you can go full-time, you know, leave your job and, you know, just work from home? It can be very, very challenging. Okay, so over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to give you some of my strategies that I've learned and really perfected over the last 9 years of building my business online, and I'm hoping that that's going to help you to implement some of these strategies, and so you can be a little bit more effective when it comes to managing your time and, you know, taking action in your business, right? Because that's the most important thing. Okay, you know, I know your heart's there, you want to build your business properly, but if you're not managing your time effectively and you're not taking action, then your business isn't gonna grow. Okay, so let's talk about, you know, how it works, you know, in general. You know, I'm just gonna talk about my personal situation, you know, what it was like, and of course it's gonna be very similar to what a lot of people's situation is out there. Okay, for the most part, I would say that most of you guys that are watching this video, you've probably got a full-time job. Okay, I would say 99% of everyone that's watching this video has a full-time job, and I'm just gonna assume that it's a normal full-time job. That means you work from, you know, 9 o'clock to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, right? So really the only time that you have to work on your business is after work. So let's just say, you know, when you get back home at maybe 7 o'clock until maybe midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., right? Depending on how little sleep you want to get, okay? And the only other time you have to work on that's Monday to Friday. And then the only other time that you have is on the weekend, which is Saturday and Sunday, right? And really that's the only spare time that you would ever have to focus on your business, okay? So how do you manage your time? Well, first of all, you need to understand that building a business when you have a full-time job, if your why is big enough, is about sacrifice. Okay, you have to sacrifice. There's really no way around it. If you put in a couple of hours a week, you know, during your spare time to work on your business, then it's never going to be successful. Okay, hands down. Let me be the one to tell you that you're not going to be successful if you put in 2 hours a week into your business, right? On the weekends, I'm gonna reverse order it, okay? On the weekends, because on Saturday and Sunday you probably have a lot more time, right? I would say that is the time where you absolutely must, no matter what, work on your business. Okay, if you can put in, you know, if you're super hardworking and you're super driven and you want it to happen quickly, then you got to do what I did and you got to work the entire weekend. You know, I mean, if you want to get your business off the ground, you got to be doing 8 to 10 hours on the weekend. You can't rest, right? You have to literally wake up in the morning at 9 or 10, you know, maybe sleep in a little bit, yeah, 9 or 10, roll out of bed, have breakfast, and just go straight onto the computer. That's what I was doing, literally. I was doing that every single weekend for the first few years that I was building my business, okay? Without fail. I was doing like a full work day, 8 to 10 hours. Sometimes I do a little bit less, maybe 6 hours, and you know, I try to get to the gym and that kind of thing, right? Just hold on, I gotta pay this toll. Sorry, you guys must love this. Every time I do videos, I pay tolls. So, you know, as much as possible, you want to be putting time, you know, during the weekends, because that's the time that you have, right? So, you know, to be a little bit more realistic, what you could do is you know, you could wake up, spend maybe 2-3 hours on your business, break for lunch, and then spend, you know, as much time as you can, maybe 4 or 5 hours on your business, and then do whatever you have to do for the day. Maybe you got to go to the gym. So I'm a gym goer regularly. I find that it really helps me to get that energy, and it helps me to refocus on something else. I mean, if you're working all the time, it's very, very difficult to maintain longevity. Okay, there's no staying power if you do that, right? You gotta go for a run or go lift some weights, go play a sport, right? Reset a little bit, get refreshed, come back, sit back at your desk, and then go through it again, right? If you want to break for dinner on Saturday, and then you can just take the night off if you want to, or if you're hardcore like I am, just continue working. Okay, maybe get some takeout Saturday night and then repeat on Sunday. Okay, basically that's what you have to do. But if you want to live a little bit of a life, then fine, go and do it. But you gotta put in the time. You gotta put in, I would say at least 3 to 4 hours or 5 hours on Saturday and Sunday. Right, that gives you a good amount of time. And remember, when you're working on the business, on your business, especially when you're first starting out, you probably have to watch a lot more training videos than if you've been doing it for 5, 6, 7 years, right? Because initially, when you first start your online business, you don't really know what you're doing. Okay, so you're probably learning a lot about YouTube marketing. You're learning a lot about how to drive traffic on Facebook. You're learning about webinars, how to structure your webinar. You're learning about sales funnels and how to put your sales funnels together using programs like ClickFunnels. If you're not using ClickFunnels, please click on the link below. I've got my link right there. That's the funnel building software that you should be using, hands down. I've tried 5 different funnel building softwares, and ClickFunnels is still the best. Okay, so if you want to check it out, you can check it out right in the link below, right? But you would be spending time learning about your tools. You'd be learning how to use your tracking software, right? So I use ClickMagick. It's one of the best in the market, highly recommended. Okay, if you're not using a tracking software, what are you doing? You have to use tracking software. Okay, so you'll be spending a lot of time initially in your first, I would say, 6 to 12 months learning how to do a lot of this stuff, because all these things are new, right? You don't know how to send an email. You don't know how an autoresponder works. You probably don't know how to, structure a webinar to make it profitable. So you're probably learning how to do all these things, right? Which is why you have to put in the time. Okay, we're not even talking about execution right now. We're literally just talking about learning what to do, and then you've got to apply the skill, right? So that's why weekend time is so important. So I would reserve weekend time for learning when you first start, right? Because if you can set aside 4 to 5 hours or even more on a Saturday and a Sunday, then effectively what you've done is you've put away a lot of the learning time, which is great. Okay, now Monday to Friday, that's the tricky part, because you've had a full day of work and you get home at probably 7 or 8 p.m, right? You're tired and you're like, oh, I don't want to work. I just want to, just chill out, watch TV and stuff like that. And you can do that, but if you were to do that, you're not going to be very successful in your business, okay? So let me tell you what my schedule is, and then I'll give you some strategies of how you can, condense time so that you can get the most out of your days, okay? So I'm really hardcore when it comes to time management. I always have been. I've always been a very efficient person. So you have to, if you're someone who likes to procrastinate and you're a little bit slow, you have to learn how to be very fast and effective with your time. Otherwise, you're not going to have enough time to spend on your business and go to work and do all the things that you need to do. Okay, so I'm going to run through my day, my Monday to Fridays, and I'm hoping that this is going to give you some ideas and it's going to inspire you a little bit about how you can effectively manage your weekdays. Okay, so let's just say it's a Monday. I'll go to the office 8:30 to 6:15, right? And then what I used to do is I would get in my car, I would drive back home, right? And in my car, like I'm actually doing right now, okay, I would do a video. I would do 1 or 2 videos, okay? So I would have already pre-planned what I wanted to do, and I don't take that much time to plan it. I just think about it a little bit, and then I hit the video, record on, and I record 1 or 2 videos in the car. So while I'm driving home, instead of doing nothing, I'm actually getting some work done. I'm actually recording some YouTube videos, or I'm doing a Facebook Live or something like that. I'm doing something, okay? And so that 1 hour in the car, instead of just sitting there jamming all the way home, what I used to do is I would record a video, or I would be listening to a podcast. Okay, so if I wasn't doing a video like this, for example, I would be, or a Facebook Live, right, which I like to do as well, because it's super effective. I would be listening to a podcast. And if you're not listening to podcasts, it is definitely something that you need to do, because number one, you learn a ton of stuff from good podcasts. Okay, now you've got to, you know, and I'll give you a few in a second that I listen to personally. I listen to Russell Brunson. Before I forget, I listen to Russell Brunson's Marketing Secrets. You gotta subscribe to that one, okay? And I also listen to Gary Vaynerchuk's podcast. Okay, so these are the two big industry online internet marketing ones that I love, right? You should definitely check them out. Okay, so the whole thing about, you know, being effective with your time is you have to be able to fit stuff in while you're doing other stuff. All right, that's the best way to maximize the time that you have in the day. Because if you think about it, if you're driving back from work every day and it takes 1 hour, right? Sorry guys, 1 second. And you're not doing anything in your car, you're literally just doing nothing, then you're wasting that hour that you could potentially be, you know, getting some great information from a podcast, or you know, shooting a video that you can use later in your marketing. You could, you know, upload it to YouTube, or you could use it for email marketing, build a relationship with your list, you know, Facebook Live it, whatever you want. Okay, so that's the 1 hour. But then I get home, I'll usually reach home at about 7:15, right? And then what I'll do is I'll go straight to the gym. Okay, so I'll literally change, go straight to the gym. I'll do an hour in the gym, or 45 minutes. You can condense it, okay? You don't have to do it like 2 hours in the gym. You can condense it. It's all about doing things as short and as fast as you can, right? I'll come back home at about 8:15, 8:30. I won't even shower. I'll like take off my shirt, I'll dry up a little bit, I'll wash my face, and I'll go straight onto my desk and I'll do 45 minutes of work. Okay, so I'll fit in 45 minutes of building my business, and that's my like taking action time. And usually, you know, it could be anything from sending an email to my list of people, or it could be uploading that YouTube video, doing all the on-page optimization, all the off-page optimization, driving, you know, backlinks to my videos to make sure it gets ranked. Okay, and then it'll be about 8:45, 9 o'clock. I will break for dinner. And it depends on, you know, what kind of, I remember like it depended on, you know, when I was actually building my business, because it changes, right? Your business changes and it evolves, it gets better, more successful, that kind of thing. So maybe you don't spend as much time on it. But when I was hustling, right, what I would do is I wouldn't have dinner with my wife. I would order takeaway. I would plan all this, right? I would pre-plan this. The takeaway would arrive at maybe 9 o'clock. I would eat my dinner in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, really quick dinner. And sometimes I would have it with my wife. She'd be sitting there. We'd eat together. And then right after that, I'd go straight back onto my business, okay? So by that time, it was probably about 9:30. Then I would get in maybe 2 to 3 hours of work every night. So 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, maybe 12, and I cut myself off at that point, because I need my sleep as well, right? And I have, you know, had early start at work. I started 8:30, right? So I needed to make sure that I got enough sleep, all right? But if you think about it, I still managed to get in probably about 3 to 4 hours of work every night from Monday to Friday. And then on the weekends, it would be more. It'd be like, let's just say 5 hours, 6 hours on average. So that is a good amount of time. You know, that's like, let's just say an average of 3 hours Monday to Friday. 3 times 5, that's 15, plus an extra 10 hours on the weekend. That's 25 hours a week that I was spending on my business, building it on the side while I was working in my full-time job. That's not bad, okay? Now, if you can find a way to do that, then you're gonna be really successful. But if you're whinging and you're saying, oh, I don't have enough time because I have a full-time job, and you know, you go home and you're lazy, and you know, you don't do any work, and you just watch, you know, TV, you know, you watch Game of Thrones, right? Season 8, I think it was season 8 or season 7, which was awesome, by the way, if you're a Game of Thrones fans. Man, those dragons are nuts, right? Then, you know, then you're not gonna build a very successful business, unfortunately, right? But it's all about condensing times, okay? So some of the other strategy that I used to use a lot, actually, is I would bring my laptop to work, And during my lunch hour, I would literally snake off somewhere, okay? I would go to a cafe which was downstairs below my office building. I would have like a little Wi-Fi dongle that I could get connected, right? Or I would use my phone when I didn't have that. I would just kind of tether into my laptop, and I would literally do 45 minutes of work, like business work, while I was on my lunch break. And I would order something from the cafe, like a sandwich. I would eat it really quickly while I was working. I would do like a solid 45 minutes to 50 minutes, and then I would go back to the office, right? And I do that every day. So you get an extra hour during lunchtime, right? These are the things that you have to do if you want to build a successful business. I mean, look, if you're jobless and you don't have a job and you've got all the time in the world, then yeah, absolutely, you can, you know, just work on your business every single day. But if you're, you know, if you were like me and like most people out there that have a full-time job, then unfortunately, you don't have that much time, right? So you have to be as effective as you can in order to get time back. You have to create opportunities to make time, right? And you know, I was still able to get all my workouts in. I was still able to sit down with my wife for meals at night. But the important thing is that I was able to condense everything so that I had more time to focus on my business, okay? Does that make sense, right? Can you see how if you were effective with your time like that, you would really be able to find the time to actually spend on your business, okay? So again, you know, spending 2 hours a week on your business is not enough time, right? If you're doing that, you need to get out a piece of paper and literally strategize where in your life right now you can add in these little bits of time where it would save you a lot of time, okay? So, you know, as an example, if you really wanted to, if you could find some quiet time during lunchtime, you could literally shoot 5 videos over lunch. Now, if you're worried about people looking at you, here, how's this for an idea? Think about 5 different ideas for a video, and during your lunch break, instead of, you know, going out for lunch with your colleagues or sitting at your computer zoning out, go down to your car, get in your car, attach your phone to your, you know, your dashboard, and literally in the car park, sit there in your car, turn on your engine, turn on the aircon, and record 5 videos in a row. How's that for an idea, right? I bet you never thought of that one, right? And then take those 5 videos when you get back home that night, upload all 5 videos onto YouTube. Make sure you do all the on-page and off-page SEO, whatever you have to do to get that video ranked, and that's your job done for that day. Literally, that, you know, might take you 2 hours, 1 hour during lunchtime and an hour to upload and do all the you know, on-page and off-page SEO stuff. That's it, right? That's better than doing nothing and then going home, you know, having a long dinner, having a long shower, and then watching a bit of TV and then going to bed. All right, so let me know what you think in the comments below. You know, did this video help you to kind of put things in perspective, right? Because it's all about perspective, you know. If you're not hustling, if you're not putting in the time that it takes to build your business, then, you know, unfortunately, you're never gonna get it off the ground, okay? But if you use some of these strategies to manage your time a little bit better, condense time frames, then you're gonna be really, really successful, and it's gonna take you a lot shorter to get your business off the ground and you know, become really, really successful. So let me know what you thought of this video. If it helped, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, okay? Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And hey, if you want to spend a little bit more time with me, if you want to see how I was able to build a very successful affiliate marketing business, then go ahead and click on the link right below this video. I love to share my strategies with my people, and I hope that the free training that you're going to be able to get from me when you click on the link below is going to help you to take your business to the next level. All right, so my name's Aaron Chen, and I'll speak to you very, very soon in another video. Take care.